Let's start right here. There is nothing like playing the New Orleans Jazz and Heritage Festival.
Are you ready?
Nothing in the world.
Welcome to 50 years of Jazz Fest, everybody.
All the best musicians from around the world.
7,000 musicians on 14 stages over 8 days.
Music and sounds and flavors.
The air is thick, not with just humidity. It's thick with culture.
The world's greatest, backyard barbecue.
You can go see 93-year-old Dookie Chase, famous Gumbo's ear in your face.
This is the real stuff.
You could have been here, you could have been here.
There is no such thing as separation of culture in New Orleans. It's all blended together.
It's no wonder that jazz was born in this area because the people are so enthusiastic.
New Orleans is nothing without its artists. It's just sinking ground, literally.
After Katrina, we almost lost not only our city, but a way of life.
So how do you begin to rebuild from below zero?
No matter who comes, we have to put on Jazz Fest.
The resurrection of spirit and will to live with great expression.
All the New Orleans party people, now swing!
One of the most beautiful concert experiences I've ever had.
The music was cleansing the city and just showing everything's gonna be all right.
That's why I came here. There's a soul in the city.
Life's to be enjoyed, not endured, and there's a lot of that.
Who came to party?
This can only happen in New Orleans.
That's the magic of the festival.
Happy 50-year Jazz Fest!
We're gonna go out there and jam. We'll see y'all out there tonight.
Let's start right here.
I'm with my brother. Oh, yeah, man. I'm with my brother, Sway. You see what it is? We go back. My brother Rampage, baby. We go way back. Sway in the morning. Fix your face. The best morning show in the world. Come on. You know what it is. Flip mode.
This your boy Kane from the Yin Yang Twins, and you checking out television. Keep yourself tuned in.
DJ Rampage.
Go there.
Yeah. Shout out everybody on the check-in. Mix show madness. Timeless hip-hop. I'm seriously in my bag. Turn me up wherever you at. Yep. Shout out Molly G. DJ Ben Hop. Press box. TJ Super.
How you and him link up?
Yeah, Juice, those boy, man. You know he from the city, man. He from the bit. He from Huntsville, so. I'm your host, Big Trudy, and this is the Late Bloomer Podcast, brought to you by television, TV, and B-Side Radio. And tonight we got coming to the platform, Huntsville, Alabama's own. Seen on BET. Also seen on DJ Vlad. So the fact that she coming through on this platform is a good look. Miss Perrion Roberts, Huntsville, Alabama's own. Mr. Trap Queen herself.
What's up? How you doing, Trudette? How you doing, everybody?
I'm doing fine. And yourself, how you doing?
I'm chilling.
I appreciate you coming through the platform.
Well, thank you for having me.
I've been waiting on you, actually, ever since he told me about you. I've been waiting to interview you, actually.
I know. He told me you was excited. I'm excited too. I'm real excited. When he told me about you, I was like, yeah, I want to do that. I want to be on your show. Yeah. I like it.
Well, I appreciate that. Let me ask you this: how has it been? Like basically the starting your media career. You know what I'm saying? Doing the interviews and just going from this podcast or this social media site or this real broadcast. How has it been? Just speaking.
Well, it's been good. I've been on multiple platforms. And I've been in I did a couple of magazines as well. And so it's been good. It's been good. I really like doing it. I like being on the podcast and talking to people. I even have done some podcasts for some up and comers, just to give back and to help them, get started. So,
But
I
we
like it.
appreciate it. So for sure. So Huntsville, Alabama, right? That's where you from.
That's where I'm from, born and raised.
Let's talk about Alabama a little bit then, your childhood. What was it like growing up there?
Well, when I was growing up, it was in the 60s, and I really don't know much about all of the civil rights stuff that was going on because I was young. But I can say that none of that really affected me in my household as far as economic or how we was living or whatever. We lived in a middle class home. Um, when I was born, we actually lived in one of the projects called Northwood Projects. And so, but we moved out of there when I was very young. And so we always had our own home. And I went to Catholic school and I thought I had a pretty normal childhood. My mother, my father used to jump on my mother, fight my mom and stuff. And I really thought that was
Really?
normal because other kids' parents was doing the same thing. So
I hate to hear that though. I hate to hear that was actually my next question. Like, what was your relationship like with your parents? But you dive right into it. And
well,
also, go ahead.
go ahead. Go ahead. What
No,
you
and
want to
I said
ask me?
also I was gonna ask you what kind of student you were. And far as most kids, we from the south. So did you grow up in church also?
Absolutely. We did homework in church.
Really?
Our mom had us in church. I'd have been to every religion there is. I think we was Methodist, Baptist, Primitive Baptist, Holiness, Hebrew. We went to Hebrew church, you know what I'm saying? Catholic, of course, I went to Catholic school. So we used to have to do homework in school because at the time, and they don't have it now, which I think that they should, we had revivals. It was a revival going on every single week. So we was always when this revival was over, next week we was at another one. So we did homework in church. You know what I'm saying? So we grew up in church. So I had a great religious background, I knew the Lord, you know. So
That's good. I do too. But that's good to know. Just to ask you a question before we move along, you said that your father used to jump on your mother. Do you
right.
think that affected you in a negative way?
I think it did. And I think I masked the feelings. And but as far as a relationship with my parents, I had a great relationship with my parents. I love my parents. And see, at that time, kids knew their place. So what they did, that was grown people business. That wasn't our business.
Right.
So I never took on that burden. No, I didn't want to see my dad fight my mom. And I even took the initiative to jump on him one time when he had jumped my mom. And see, me and my brother jumped him, but my brother was little. We both was young, but he was younger, to stop him from fighting her and stuff. And he actually shot at me and my brother. And You know,
Was it a
my
warning shot or he tried to hit you?
no, he was shooting at us. He didn't believe in warning shots. my my dad taught me. My dad told me. He said, when you pull your gun, you use it. You know what I'm
So he
saying? You
was
don't
for
shoot
real
from the
on.
air. Yeah, he would have shot us. He would have shot
He
us.
was big
He
on if
shot
I
one of
brought
my
you
brothers.
in.
Huh?
He shot one of your brothers.
Yeah, he did. He shot one of my brothers in the leg. Um, he was 16. He was 15 or 16. He shot him in the leg because my dad had a construction company. My brother had went to work with him, and he put him off the job because he didn't want to work. So when it come time to pay, my brother was going to make him pay him first before he paid his workers. And so he
Right.
grabbed he grabbed, I think, a scalpel or something, and not a scalpel. He I forgot something off my dad's truck. He was going to hit him with, and my dad pulled his gun and shot him in the leg. And so my dad did. He just wasn't nothing to play with. You know what I'm saying? He didn't have that mentality because he grew up. He grew up hard. His mother had 12 kids, and his dad had his biological father had 12 kids also, but he never got to know him. So he didn't have his real father's figure, but he had a stepdad. And my dad left home at 13, and then he joined the military at 15. And so my dad grew up kind of rough, you know what I'm saying? They were poor. They didn't have what my mother didn't grow up poor, her family had. And so,
He come with a
that's,
lot of structure though.
yeah,
I got you.
yes.
I understand. So let me ask you this. I just want to say you do look gorgeous tonight. You look gorgeous tonight, right?
Well, thank
So
you. Thank you.
no problem, no problem. Let me say this. So, all right, we ain't gonna put no age on it, but seeing it though back in the day, I'm pretty sure if we could put take 30 years off, then you probably had a long line of men. And so in saying that, I'm pretty sure you could have been a model. What made you
I
jump
did
into the
model.
you
I model
did?
I modeled the whole time I sold drugs.
Okay, so here we go. What made you jump into the life then? How did you get introduced to the life?
I um I think I was kind of thrown into it. Now my parents, they didn't sell drugs or did anything. My mother worked for the government and my father had his own construction business. Um, the guy that I dated when I was in college, he wasn't a drug dealer in the beginning. In fact, he and his cousin used to bust holes in the walls of buildings and go in and just take everything. And I would get my dad to come along. I would tell my dad, I write down stress. Well, I see a job for you, So my dad would patch it, would brick it back up, not knowing what had really happened. But
Right?
then, that's risky to do that type of stuff. So he came to the house. I was at his mom's house, and they stayed up the street from one of the projects. So he came to the house and he said, "Hey, one of the guys out there, he said he's doing really good selling marijuana." He said, "That's what we need to do. We need to, invest and try to, grow." Okay, so I took one of my little checks. I was working at Taco Bell, and I was going to Alabama A&M. So I was going to school and working. And
Right.
so we took one of my little checks and we lost. We lost because we didn't have customers. So if you don't have customers, of course you're going to lose. You can't take this man's customer because they don't know nothing about you.
Right.
So it took some time. So we lost and lost and lost till finally we started getting customers. We started getting the respect and stuff. And so we would make a pretty good little piece of money. We made like 10, well, at the height, we was making like 10,000 a week in weed. And
Right.
he and a guy got into it. So he shot him. I forgot what it was about. But anyway, he shot the guy. He had to go to prison for 2 years. They gave him 2 years for shooting the guy. And so then when he left money on the street.
Right.
So I was the back end. Nobody knew that I was the one cutting, bagging, and weighing, cutting, weighing, and bagging. That's what I did.
Right.
That was my job. And so didn't nobody know that, you know. His little brothers, they had a little crew, and I used to take them stealing. And because they used to walk and go. So I said, well, I'll take you. And you split with me, whatever you take. So
Right.
I used to do that. Then people didn't know nothing about me with the drug part. So when he got locked up, he told me to go and collect the money. So when I did, some people gave me the money, no problem.
Right.
Then we had, a couple people that didn't want to. And when I ran across with one guy, he didn't want to pay me. So I shot him in the leg and I took what he had. And then
You
after
shot him
that,
in the leg.
I shot him in the leg.
And how
I
old
s-
were you at the time? 19,
19,
20?
19.
Oh, you had jumped off the porch for real.
I leaped.
You leave. You leave.
Yeah.
Okay, so you shot him in the leg.
That's when I shot him in the leg, then I started gaining respect. And I continued to sell, put it out there and sell. And I cause he had people that he was giving it to. So I only used those that were faithful to me. You know what I'm saying? I ain't had no issues with them paying me. Then I decided not that I didn't want to do it no more because weed is bulky and the money is slow. So I went back to school. I dropped out of A&M, then I went back to school. And so I was in there about a year, and I ran across
You're not
one
modeling
of
at the time, right?
huh?
You're not modeling right now, though, right?
Yeah, I always model. I always was
Okay.
doing that. That was a given. I was on Parisian's team board, Castronauts team board. So I still model, even
I
though I
got
was doing everything that I was doing. And then I started doing beauty pageants. And I did beauty pageants. I was hustling. So I would just hit the beauty pageant that was paying the most money. And I would win. You know what I'm saying? I would win if it's 20 grand, 2,000, whatever it is, I would win it. And so I started doing that too. But the whole time I sold drugs, I was either in school or I modeled and I worked. I had a job too.
you.
So I always kept a job and I
So
always
you was
did
a
that.
hustler before the 8 balls and juices. You was already a hustler though.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, okay, I got you. I got you. So there go like going into my next question. I know you didn't start off like this. Like, so how did you actually get into like from the green to like meeting your plug and like taking off from it to that?
So when I went back to school and I decided I ran into one of one of our cousins, and he used to hang with my ex friend, his brother. So he was one of the little boys I used to take stealing all the time. And so he had stopped me in the middle of the road at a traffic light. And he told me, he said, I got it going on in the project. I'm selling cocaine. I said, boy, you ain't seen no cocaine. You don't know what they look like. Because the only
Right.
time I ever seen it was in books. And so he said, come out there and I'm going to show you. He said, you make a lot of money. I said, all right. So I decided to go out there and check him out. And he really was. He really was making decent money. And he had a little crew. And I liked that. I said, oh, I like the little crew thing. You got the little faithful boys working for you, you know what I'm saying? So I like that. and he really wasn't doing much. He was just giving it out to them, and they run it. So I like that. But when I came out there, of course, I didn't have a crew. So I literally, he showed me how to, put it in bindles and put it in the rice, all that kind of stuff that they used to do back then. And so I started, you know, gaining a little clientele. I'm doing like them. I'm running from car to car. You know what I'm saying? I'm selling on the block. I'm on the block with them. Had a little incident with his boys because I started making money. People started coming to me. So his little boys decided one day they wanted to gather around me in a
Press
circle.
you.
I'm in the
Press
middle.
you, basically.
Huh?
I said they want to press you.
Yeah, so they had me in the middle. They had gathered around me. They had made up in their mind that they was fixing to stop me from selling on their block, as they said. Okay. Okay, so soon they gathered. Then I was going in my back, because that's where I used to keep a pistol. I was going in my back. And Po Boy was coming out the front door, at the back door of their apartment. And he was yelling. He said, y'all better get away before he could say, get away from me. Cause I'll shoot. I'd come out with the pistol. I'm busting round in a circle. And they little asses was getting somewhere. And so I didn't have to worry about that no more.
Right.
And so about a year later, he
Hey,
ended
what's
up
the
getting
name of these
killed.
projects? What's the name of these projects you in?
This project was Butler Terrace. This was in Butler Terrace on
Okay.
Hardin Street. We call it we call it the back alley or Front
Back.
Street. Yeah.
Gotcha.
And but Mason Court was where I sold marijuana. So Butler Terrace and Bedford Court is right there together. So we was really running from there to there. And then eventually I had all the projects: Northwood, Butler Terrace, Bedford Court, uh, uh, Council Court. I had all the projects, Fantasia. I had all of them eventually. But
What makes your hustle? How? Like,
huh?
how? Like, how did you take over all the projects? What was you doing differently?
Cause I bust their ass. I didn't play. And everybody else played with people, you know what I'm saying? And they take their money, take their stuff. Oh well, I'll just take it as a loss. I don't take no losses. I'm sorry, I can't afford no losses. So I didn't play, you know what I'm saying? And I just was firm, and I was strictly about business. You know, if you work with me, you make money. If you don't work with me, you get you a job, because you can't sell in these streets. So you need to get you a job, you
So you
know.
laid back down too.
Huh?
I said, so not only was you out here collecting, but you were laying the smack down too.
Oh yeah, I ain't play. I ain't play. I didn't play. I fought just like they did. You know what I'm saying? I pistol whoop just like a guy would or whatever. You know, and I just thank God, I never was robbed. I never was shot at or shot, cut, stabbed, nothing. None of that. I always had respect, you know, when I was rising up. Because when poor boy got killed, then his crew was a crew without a leader. I was a leader without a crew, so I grabbed them. That was my first little crew, and I just trained them. I trained them to be just as hard. I trained them to be another me, and that's how that's how we roll. And how I learned about cocaine. Also, I went to the library, checked out a book. I read about cocaine because I wanted to know where it come from. I wanted to know how it, everything about it. Then,
Yeah.
crack hit the streets. So,
So your cousin basically introduced you to the game, took you to the projects, introduced you to the game.
to
You
cocaine.
to cocaine, yes, to cocaine. You came up, you started taking over like the different neighborhoods, the different projects. So basically, you a hood star, you a hood celebrity. So when did your like your real introduction coming to the game, though, where you got you
Where
dealing
I got
with
my real street credit from?
yeah, your real street critic when you became you started forming into the trap queen, like for real, for real.
So that came about when crack hit the scene, and then we started selling crack, and so we started making decent money. But when I just started really forming is when I capped the murder case, and then I beat the case,
Right.
and so that's when a lot of respect came into play. And so that's
I
when
oh go ahead. I'm sorry.
that no, that's when I became, yeah, Queen P. And they was calling me that. They started calling me that on the streets way before any of this.
I got you. How did you catch a capital murder case? How did they come about? Because I was gonna ask you, like far as being in their life, have you ever had to shed blood or behind money or drugs?
No, not for real, for real. And I didn't have nothing to do with the murder. I wasn't even in town. And
Right.
they actually arrested some of my guys, and we charged them with it first. And then they said that they would let them go if I turned myself in. So I had turned myself in to let them go. Um, but what had happened was the guy had been working for me, and I always tell them, don't cross me, don't go behind my back. If I take you to meet somebody, don't try to double back. You know what I'm saying? So at the time, um, I was dealing with some Birmingham guys, and he went behind my back, and he went and purchased some stuff from them. Well, he didn't purchase; they fronted it to him. And I told him, I said, guys in Birmingham just don't play. You know what I'm saying? They not like they are up here in Huntsville. Huntsville, yeah, I'm not saying they weak, but I'm not saying they Birmingham either. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? Birmingham and Montgomery, Monkey Town, they serious. And especially Birmingham. And so I told him, I always told them, don't cross me, because they will literally rob you. They will rob you, they will hurt you about theirs. And that's what happened. He went and got some stuff from them, and he didn't pay them. And he said he wasn't going to pay them because he was basically treating them like they wasn't going to do anything to him. And so they
But
came to Huntsville and they did do something to him. But they had came by my house before that, earlier during the day, and they said they was going to the club. I didn't even know they was coming up there to do anything. Actually, they said they were going to shoot pool. I told them I'm finna leave town. I had to go out of town, so I was taking my baby. We were finna go out of town, and I did leave. And late that night, they found him, and they shot him, and he died a few days later. Well, people was trying to say that actually it was a guy in Huntsville, called the Crime Stopping number to get Crime Stopping money, and said that me and my guys is the ones that did it, which was a lie. So they arrested them, and then I had turned myself in for them to be released. And so I'm the one that had to go and stand trial for something that I didn't even do. I wasn't even in town. And so that's how I beat the case, because I wasn't there. Period. And I didn't do it. Neither did my guys. And so people in the street, they have their own theory. And so they started saying, yeah, she beat a murder case. She better leave her alone. You know what I'm saying? She'll kill you. She'll give you a gift. She'll get away with murder and all of this. And so I didn't try to convince them anyways different. I didn't try to change their mind. You say what you want to say. I know what happened. My guys know what happened. And Lord know what happened. So, the truth prevailed. And so that's how we got out. That's how we got released from that
What was that
murder case.
process like? They trying to lock you up for something you know you didn't do. Were you scared?
I wasn't scared as much as I was hurt because what I hate is for somebody to lie on me. If I did something, that's fine. But if I didn't and you lied on me, and this is my life hanging in a balance on a lie, because with capital murder, you only can get two choices, and that's life in prison without parole or the death penalty. So my life is hanging in the balance on a lie. And then when they found out he lied, they did arrest him for perjury and charge him with perjury. So they did do that. But the process of going through it was difficult because at the time, I don't know if you remember the story about the twins, white lady and her sister. They were twins, and they killed her husband, which was a prominent doctor, eye doctor in Huntsville, which was my dad's doctor,
I think I remember
actually.
that.
Yes. So her trial came before mine, like a week before mine, and they found her guilty. And so I'm like, my mom, my grandmother, everybody, they're like, everybody praying. I'm praying, everybody praying. Because we look at it like this: if they found a white woman guilty,
Right.
I'm a drug dealer. You know what I'm saying? I'm street. You know what I'm saying? So what are they gonna do? They'll find me guilty because they can't catch me doing selling drugs. They can't catch me on nothing. They'll just try to hang me on a lie. And so, prayers went up and blessings came down, and the truth actually overruled the lie, and so that's what happened. But when I tell you I was stressed, I was stressed. I was really, really, really stressed. And I really didn't know what they would do because as well as everybody know that the system, they will lock you up on a lie and leave you there and keep you there on a lie. It's a lot of people locked up right now based on a lie,
Yes,
you know.
man. It is. It is
And they
indeed.
didn't do it. You know what I'm saying? They actually did not do it. And so that was my biggest fear, is to be charged with something that I did not do. I didn't even know about it. That was my biggest fear. And
Thought
I
they were gonna
just
try to railroad you.
railroad me, exactly, because I know plenty guys that they did railroad just in the drug game. So, I know if you can't catch you, oh well, we'll just pin this on her. You know what I'm saying? And make it stick. And they literally was trying to do that,
Yeah.
but I had a very good defense team. I had a whole firm, and they were the best in Huntsville, throughout Alabama, the number one attorneys, and they prevailed. So God prevailed. Let me say that,
So
not just
there
them.
was a capital murder, right?
Yeah, there was capital murder. That's what they arrested me on. And then they dropped it down to just murder. That's what I went to trial on. It was just murder. It was just murder. And then I couldn't figure that out. I'm like, okay, so just murder. Why did you drop it down to capital murder if you know I actually did it? You know what I'm saying? So what does just murder? No degree, no first, second, or third. You know what I'm saying? So that was going through my mind. And every news station was there because, drug dealer Perrion Roberts is going to trial for capital murder. The media kept saying capital murder, but it had been dropped down to just a murder. That's what I went to trial on, was just murder.
Okay. Got you. Well, I'm glad, definitely glad you made it out that situation, though, because the system will try to railroad you. I actually did time myself, so I do know they will try to railroad you. So
Yeah,
shout
they
out to
will.
your defense team.
I know that's right.
Definitely. So let me ask you this though, Miss Roberts. Okay, you you doing business in Alabama, and at some point you meet your, you know what I'm saying, your plug, your real connect. What was it like when you like actually got started dealing with your real plug? What was that like? Like, is it what they say it is? Like, they actually want to know everything about your family. They want to know this. They want to know that. Is it this? Like, I was always told that, like, or heard that, like, when you really dealing with, let's say the cartels or a real plug, that they be want to know your family, your mama name, your daddy name. Like, it be severe like that. That's not true.
It wasn't true in my case. I'm not gonna say it's not true. It just wasn't true in my case. Um, because my street credibility had already preceded me. So they already knew about me from the person that introduced me to them.
Gotcha.
So so my face card was good enough. You know what I'm saying? And my street credibility. Because at that time I had all of Huntsville and I had a couple of people in Birmingham, but not as much until I got with them. Then because I had so much drugs, I had to distribute. So that's when I went to deeper into Birmingham. I had more people in Birmingham, Montgomery, and some people in Mobile. Plus, I had all of Huntsville. That was Huntsville was a given, and and I would run out fast, like every day, almost. Sometimes every day, because I had so many people working for me. Sometimes I
Right.
had 75 to 80 people working for me, or more. That's the little smaller people, but.
So I mean, I know you got up to a level of it, but when you first got with them, how did they start you out? Was it a trial to see what you could do first, or they just flooded you?
Nah, they didn't just flood me right then, because the person that introduced me to them uh was already getting a nice amount from them anyways. And so no, I think it was about maybe five keys, then 10. And I was moving them so fast till that's when they started just bringing in the truckload. So when they brought theirs in, because this dude, he was pretty big, and he had a lot going on. And so he turned me on to it. And then once he turned me on to it, I over exceeded him. You know what
Gotcha.
I'm saying? So
So after you done formed and you at your height, what did you start like? What did you do like far as balling? What was your first extravagant thing that you bought? Like, I know you ran through a whole
a
lot of money.
Porsche. I
Porsche.
bought a Porsche.
Did you, what kind of Porsche? Do you know what kind it was?
Yeah, I know it kind of was. I bought a 944 blue.
That's what's up. That's what's up.
And then I bought a then no, and then I was gifted. I didn't buy it, but I was gifted a Jaguar XJ6 Jaguar.
You was gifted a
So
Jaguar
I was gifted a Jaguar.
for doing
Free.
so good.
Yeah. So I was gifted that. And then I had a lot of cars. I had a lot of cars. I call them my trap cars. Because I run them until the police get hot in them. And then I get out and I leave them with the keys in them. I just get out and leave them. I don't care where I am. Cause the police stayed so hot on me. As soon as I got a car, they was on me. So I had a lot of cars and a lot of trap houses.
Out of
And
trap
so
house. So trap house was booming back then.
yeah, trap houses was booming. Yeah.
So coming up back then, like who was some of the other that like that you may have ran across that you know was getting it like you, like other notable uh dope dealers in the game back then?
Well, it wouldn't be nobody that you knew.
Right. Gotcha. We
I,
got
no, it was no one like who's out there. Never ran into Meech or any of them,
the
not to
Craig
my
Pettis.
knowledge.
You ever heard of Craig Pettis?
Mm-mm.
Never
From
heard of
where?
him. He
Mm-mm.
from Memphis. Actually, he actually a big dope dealer that was
I
from
went
Memphis.
down that
He went down that
way.
way.
No,
Yeah.
I didn't even care to go to Tennessee. My mother, my mother's from Tennessee. We used to go to Tennessee. We got family all over Tennessee, and I vowed when I got older, Tennessee is not the spot that I would be going back to. So, no, I do nothing in Tennessee. I got family all over Tennessee. That's where my mother's side of the family, entire family, is from Tennessee. So no, I ain't
Gotcha.
do nothing in Tennessee. And me and people be asking me that, but me, I like stayed in my lane. You know what I mean? I
Right.
had tunnel vision. I didn't care what Tommy was doing over here or Jeff Rowe was doing over there. You know what I'm saying? If they was doing it, they were doing it. That's fine. I don't care. Um, so I didn't know who was doing what. I didn't care because I know that only ones I cared about is the ones that when I was coming up, you chose not to help me. You
Gotcha.
know, you wouldn't front me nothing, you wouldn't sell me nothing. So when I got to that point, you had to come to me because now I'm the one, I'm the it. And so now I'm
Did
not
you put
selling
it?
to you.
Did you, so you just want sales? So I was finna ask, did you put an extra price on them?
Sometimes, oh, they couldn't afford it. They had to buy less. They had to get less. They may have bought it, but they got less and they got taxed.
I got
And
you.
and, and I didn't have problems with nobody paying me. And people paid me and people made money. Cause the faster you sell, the faster you make money.
I got you. See, you actually kind of like answering my question before I get to them, but it's good because it's like okay, you being this woman, and you know what I'm saying. It's basically a male dominated type of field. I just really wanted to know how you made it and how you was able to maneuver like that. And you saying people paid you, uh, but I guess I guess back then also it was more respect also too. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, yeah. It was respect then. They don't have no respect now. They don't have respect for the game. They don't have respect for authority. They don't have respect for anything. And actually, I had police working for me too. They would keep me abreast of what was going on with me. If my name came up, they let me know. They'd tell me to fall back, stuff like that. Don't go to the project because they're looking for you today, something like that. Oh, okay, they looking for me. I ain't gonna even be in town. I'll holler at y'all, you know what I'm saying, or something like that. But because I give people respect. You know what I'm saying? I respect the people. I even respected the junkies. You know what I'm saying? I gave them respect. I would look out for the homeless people. I helped a lot of people with their kids. Christmas time, uh, throughout Alabama. I turned on so many people lights, kept their lights, put food on their table. You know what I'm saying? Where other people took their money and they spent it most of it on themselves and stuff. See, my family was taken care of. My guys that worked for me, they was taken care of too. So I took my money that I made and I help people. You know, I help the little kids running around in the projects and stuff with no shoes on. Oh yeah, I'm the one that bought their first Jordans. You know what I'm saying? So and that made me feel good. You know what I'm saying? To help to help people. People say, well, I would have bought house. I had houses. I had all of that. I had all material stuff. I mean, but you can only live in one house. You can only drive one car, and that's what my dad used to always tell me. He said, Perion, you can't live in all the houses. You can't live in all the cars. You drive all the cars. You don't drive one at a time. You know, and so I just like to make people happy. You know what I'm saying? I wanted people to be happy too. You know what I'm saying? And not stress. At least for the kids, I looked out for them. You know, and the homeless people, I give them money. I didn't run around going buying food and taking them food. If I see them, I give them money. They said, well, Perion, you giving them money. They may go and buy crack or alcohol. Well, that's their business. You know what I'm saying? I know what I'm doing from my heart. I know how God will bless me in the long run because I need all these points and these blessings stacked up with all I'm doing. You know what I'm saying? I don't never know when I'm gonna need to
So,
cash in.
for sure, for sure. It is not promised out here. It is not promised. Especially when you know you doing what you doing, you need all the blessings, like you said.
You need them points. You know what I'm saying? And my mom used to tell me, say, well, Perion, you running from God. Oh no. I'm not running from God. I do understand that. I'm not straddling the fence. I'm just all the way in. I'm in over
Right.
here. I'm
I'm
not
hustling
I,
right
I'm
now.
not playing with him. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? I'm not playing. I'm not running. I'm just all the way in over here right now. And when he ready for me to come in, he'll do it. You know what I'm saying? And he did, but it ain't the way I wanted him to do it. But that's what happened. So
Got you. So let me ask you this, Miss Perion. Now, like a lot of my subscribers and followers, like I'm from Memphis, so they very into like this type of culture, these type of stories. So I know you done answered this question before, but we would like to know, like, when you was really getting it, like, what would you say, like, you was getting out, like, what's the most money you was, I ain't gonna say the most money, but like, what kind of money were you seeing on a monthly basis, and what kind of work that you done moved, like, what's the most work you done moved?
I done moved over 100 keys. I moved over 100 keys. We were making anywhere from 2 million plus a month. And people people say, "Oh, that's a lot of money." Yeah, it is. But it made more than that actually if you do the math. If you break down a key, sometimes I break it all the way down into 20s. If I ain't had nothing else to do, I might break a
Right,
whole key down, into 20s. You know what I mean? 20s you can
right,
get out of key. You know what I'm yeah,
right,
you know what I'm saying? And then
right.
how you break it all the way down late night, the chrome bags and stuff. I mean, it's easy to make that kind of money. Back then, it was really easy. Then this crackhead, I ain't say, well, yeah, he was a dope fiend. But anyway, he taught me how to cook. He the one taught me how to whip it. So I was a top cooker too. So I charged people to cook. So, I was making money all the way around. And then for
You
my
ain't played it.
boosters, yeah, for my boosters, I made them a beeper bag. You know what I'm saying? So they go in the store, put all this stuff in the bag, come on out. Then we come here. I got one of the clippers from one of the crackheads that worked in the store. So my boosters would sit there and they take it off. You know what I'm saying? They could get more stuff because I have more guys. They had to have more clothes. You know.
Right, right, right. So when I was before I interviewed you, I was thinking to myself like I ain't never really heard no female story like this, right? So
Right.
I had watched this. I done saw this movie before, but I was at work and I was watching the story of Griselda Blanca again though. So right, and so what what how you feel? What role Griselda Blanca played in your life? Because I know you had to kind of look up to her, or not look up to her, or respect her hustle, because she was probably one of the only women doing it like that.
And let me tell you something. I didn't even know who she was.
Really?
I did I didn't know. I didn't find out who she was till almost the ending of my career. Because um I just I just didn't know, and I wasn't into TV, any like anything like that. I'm in the streets. The only thing I watch, I'm gonna tell you what I watch, ritually, every day, 24 hours a day. Scarface.
Right.
That was me. I thought I was a Scarface little sister. You know what I'm saying? So that's what I watched. A friend of mine told me about her. I couldn't even pronounce her name. I'm like, who is that? It's like, that's who you remind me of. Okay, but who is she? You know, and then when he told me, I was like, oh, so he said, you Griselda's Blanca's granddaughter. I said, I don't even know who you talking about. You know what I'm saying? What are you
Right.
saying? You know, I didn't even. And so that's how I found out because he was into, the gangsters and all of that. You know, the only gangsters I really knew, listened to or read about Al Capone or some of them. You know what I'm saying? I ain't know nothing about her, but when I did find out and I did watch the movie, I was like, oh, okay, I can see the comparison. I said, except for, I don't think I'm as mean as she is.
Right. Right. He was definitely mean.
I don't think I'm as mean as she is. You know what I'm saying? I may have ruled with an iron fist, but it taught them structure. I taught them how to survive. You know what I'm saying? And you can always you can hustle in anything that you do. You see what I'm saying? It don't have to be drugs. Once you learn the technique and the formula, you can use it for anything. You can sell toothpaste and make $1 million. You just that's business. And and that's what I did. I taught them business. I taught them how to survive in the streets because they were younger. Some of them was younger than me. Some of them was older, and they didn't know how to survive. You know what I'm saying? So that was my thing, was just to teach people how to survive, how to help people. You know what I'm saying? And I used to encourage them to give homeless people money. You may not can give them as much as I do, because every homeless person I saw, I give them $100. You may not give them $100 because you can't because you don't make what I make, but give them something, because you'll never know when you need them blessings. You know what I'm saying? You may not see it now, but down in the long run you might. And a lot of them have, you know what I'm saying? They done seen some blessings come to them. So,
Yeah, for sure, for sure. So let me ask you this: being at your height, I'm pretty sure you done ran like not focusing on people that you done moved around. Have you ever ran across any celebrities back then?
yeah, because when we were growing up, when we was younger, me and one of my friends, we used to go to concerts all the time. We used to meet them all the time. Oh, I actually have sold to a couple of them. They don't remember that, but but I do. I sold to them. Went to the hotel and sold to this one particular artist, and he's a big artist, but
Right.
I know he don't remember that. He was way 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 too high to even remember. And then once he got a hold to mine, he wasn't gonna remember nothing because I had that good.
Is he still somewhat relevant now?
He's still performing. He's still relevant. He is. It would be nice to just tell him about that, but I'm not. I'll just I just keep that. You know what I'm saying?
So
And
if you told him this story, do you think you don't think he will remember?
he probably will. He probably will. He used to be here. He used to be here a lot. He used to come to
Yeah.
Huntsville a lot, a lot. And how? Let me tell you how I got a chance to do that. So a friend of mine that actually I helped him get on. And then he started doing really good. Well, anyway, I was on the streets and it was getting late. I was like tired. So I said, let me go by his house and see what's happening. So I went by his apartment. He was like, man, he said, I'm almost out. He said, you got anything? I said, yeah, I had about an ounce. He said, I've been selling to this artist, right? He's been coming through here. And I said, stop lying. You know what I'm saying? I don't believe you. And he said, watch, you'll see the limo pull up. And I said, really? I said, all right, I'm going to stay here. I'm going to see. Sure enough, limo pulled up. Sure enough, his driver got out. He rolled the window down to give a thumbs up after he got back in the car. And I'm like, who does that? Anyway, I said, who's that? And he told me, I said, man, I would have never believed it. And I was like, man,
That's
I
crazy.
said, this is crazy. And so he said he gonna call back. I've been running all night ever since he got off the stage. He said, you can go to the hotel and serve him. I said, all right. So he called. They called. Oh, I went to the hotel. Came to the door. I was like, man, I cannot believe this is here. You know what I'm saying? But oh, that threw me for a loop. But yeah. And and then
They was on some industry stuff in the hotel, huh?
yeah, they was on some industry stuff. Yeah, that's what they was doing.
Okay.
They definitely.
Okay.
But see, me being young, you know what I'm saying? I knew, Hollywood people did all that and stuff. And so it was just kind of shocking to see that
Right.
and then to know that I'm the server. And me, what I should have done was gave him a phone number and told him, hey, call me. I'll come to you where you live at.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Needed him
Every
for a
show.
personal. Yeah.
I'll be your personal, yeah. Wasn't thinking about that. That could have been my ticket off the
Exactly.
street.
Yeah. So really, if you could have got hold to Whitney back then, you would have got her right there.
Yeah, I probably would have, and then I probably would have stopped. Because some people I wouldn't sell to. It
What?
depends on how, you know, it's a lot of people that I grew fond of. They were junkies. And I just wouldn't sell to them. you
Gotcha.
know um so I probably would have stopped. I probably would have at first,
Right.
and then I probably would have been like, man, no, you know what I'm
It's
saying?
taking her down through there. Right. Right.
Right.
Right.
I would have stopped.
I
And
got
so, but at first, yeah, I probably would have. I would have, you know what I'm saying? And then, but I would have stopped.
you
They
gonna give
said
me
they ain't
old
never
M
met
out of
nobody
Whitney.
with morals, huh?
Right. I said you should have said, let me go and give me old M out of Whitney, and then
Yeah, and I probably wouldn't even been thinking like that, you know what I'm saying? Because I was young, and really to me, I don't know. I guess because I was so comfortable in the streets
right.
and running the streets and standing on the street corner and selling. I did all that, running from the police, jumping fences, doing all that kind of stuff. You know what I'm saying? I did all that.
So you really was a tomboy out here,
But I was a pretty tomboy because
a
I would be
pretty
out there
tomboy.
sometime with heels on. Yeah, I have on dresses. Who knows? You don't know how I'm gonna come out there. You know what I'm saying? So no, I wasn't a tomboy. I didn't act like a tomboy, and I didn't dress like one. You
Right.
know what I'm saying? I
You
always
just
dressed
had a little
really,
edge about yourself.
huh?
I said you just had some edge about yourself.
Oh yeah. Got a lot of edge.
I got you. I got you. So male or female, where would you put yourself in Alabama as far as like one of the biggest drug dealers? Where would you say you rank?
Oh, number one.
For real? Like you the biggest, you feel like you the biggest in the state of Alabama for sure?
I'm the biggest in Alabama that done come through and survived. See, when you say the biggest, are you saying in selling, or are you saying in selling and surviving
I
and
would say selling
redemption
and
at the
surviving
same time?
make better sense. I would say
Huh?
selling and surviving make better sense to me.
Selling and surviving, because you have a lot of people that sold a lot of dope and made a lot of money. And I'm pretty sure it's a lot of them that made more money than me. But where are they? Are they still here to tell the story? What was their length? Some people sold a lot of dope and only lasted a couple of years. And they've been in prison ever since, or they're dead. I
Facts,
lasted 20 years. I had a
facts.
20-year run, and since I've been out of prison, next month will be 20 years I've been out of prison. So, because they gave me a 21-year sentence, and my 21 would be 2025. And from the time I got out of prison, I got a full pardon and expungement. So when you say the biggest,
Right.
yeah, I
So,
rank myself number one because
right.
I survived.
So how does the transformation come about? Like this woman that's here today, that's like far as you was fully engulfed in the streets, and today, what I hear is like you got luggage going on, um, prison. I don't know if it's changed in prison laws or is it prison reform. Like, how did that come about? Like, how did this woman come about?
Well, it came about when my mother and grandmother passed away. They passed away 2 months apart. The police couldn't catch me. I was literally considered a ghost. They couldn't find me. They didn't know where I was, and they never saw me. But they knew that I was making marks. You know what I'm saying? My footprint was in the sand going down through there. But when my mother and my grandmother passed away, it brought me out. I was um I was done. I was tired. My mother and grandmama, that's all they wanted was for me not to be in the streets, to stop, to stop, to stop. Because I wasn't raised like that. And they were so afraid that I was gonna get killed in the streets. And so when they died, I was done. I said, and I prayed about it. I asked the Lord, I said, I want a way out, but I don't know how to get out. Because I've just overachieved myself because I started playing games with myself. You know what I'm saying? So I knocked this person out, knocked that person out. Now I'm up here at the top. I'm all by myself. And it is lonely up here at the top when you don't have and you don't trust people. So you up here. But I was done. I didn't want to do it no more. I won't sell no more. And so 2 weeks after that prayer, that's when I got busted. That's not the way I was looking for out, but that's the way that the
Right.
Lord intended. Well, I had surgery before I went to prison, but before I went to prison, I ran into my arresting officer and at a furniture store. So he asked if he could talk to me. I was like, what the do he want? So we talked. We talked for about 4 hours. And he told me, he said, you're not the person that I thought you were and that people said that you are. He said, I'm going to help you. He went from trying to send me to prison to trying to help me. And when he went to the DA and the judge to get me a lesser sentence, because they offered me 99 years, they took him off my case. And that never happened before. That was just something out of the ordinary. And so when I went to court, my lawyer ended up, he got into an argument with the DA, and then he ended up falling out of a deer loft and getting killed. So I had to go through getting another lawyer. So it was just one thing after another. So anyway, I ended up getting 21 years. I had surgery before I went to court. And so when I went to prison, when I prayed, the Lord told me I was only going to do 2 years. So I stood on that. I have a good relationship with the Lord. I talk to him a lot. And when I went in March '04. And the parole board sent me a setup for March '06. That's 2 years. So within them 2 years, I filed lawsuits against the prison for medical, religion, and other things. And I won it. Uh, when it come to March '06, I made parole. They thought I wasn't going to make parole because I was the first person to get a 21-year sentence. See, what they did was they changed the law that a 20 years could be split. So the split was for 3, 4, and 5. Well, I knew that wasn't going to work for me because the Lord said I'd do 2 years. It wasn't two nowhere in that. So they gave me a 21. Well, if you know and you study your Bible, you said you're religious, you've been in church, you know that God's numbers is 3s and 7s. So I made parole the 3rd month, but they wouldn't give me my paperwork. They didn't send me my paperwork to be released. What they did was parole board sent me another hearing for July. Never happened before. Everybody trying to figure out, well, we're going to watch this because we never seen this happen before. Plus, they were really ready for me to get out their prison because I sued them from the rooter to the tutor and I was winning. And
Right.
so July come, I made parole again. So I made parole March and I made it in the 7th month, the 3rd and the 7th month. 3 times 7 is 21. So I did your time according to God because you gave me a 21. That's what man said. So when I got out, I started I got into I went to Birmingham first to a halfway house and I started voting. I applied to vote. So they allowed me to vote, gave me my voter card, everything. Then I left there and I came to Huntsville. And when I tried to vote, get all my voting stuff up here, Huntsville took my voting right. I
How
didn't
they do
leave from
that?
one I didn't leave from one state to another county. So they was like, I have crimes of moral turpitude and I can't vote. But I just was voting in Birmingham. So I
Right.
filed a lawsuit. So I got together with the late Commissioner Bob Harrison because I was going through, he had a program called the Focus Program, and that was former offenders for change for success. And to help you get reintegrated back into society. So
I went
I was
through
going
one too.
through his program. Huh?
I said I went through one too, a reentry
Oh, okay.
program.
Yeah. And he had just started, it was fresh in Huntsville. And so I was telling him that they took my voting rights. So I said, talk to him about the lawsuits I filed in prison and I won them. And you can pull them up. It's public knowledge. And so, anyways, we got together and contacted the ACLU and lawyers, and then we proceed to sue the state of Alabama so that ex-offenders can vote. So we won that in 2017. So I'm the reason that ex-offenders can vote in the state of Alabama. Also, I'm the reason that inmates can go out to see a specialist for chronic illness and receive the medication to help them. I'm the reason behind that. I'm the reason that they have um, the nutritionist menu that they have and took the salt out of the menus. I'm the reason for that. Um, Also, so then I went to law school And because I was gun ho, I was gonna be a lawyer. I was gonna tear the system down. I was gonna bring them all down. If they doing any dirt, I was gonna make
Right,
sure that they pay. You know what I'm saying? And
right,
so the DA asked me, wanted me to finish law school, so that when I passed the bar, he was gonna hire me. He wanted me to come and work in the DA office. And I got that offer several times. And just recently, a few months ago, it asked me again, and I turned them down again. The Attorney General of Alabama have called me and asked me to come and work for him. Done called me a couple of times, and I've refused to do that. So, but I did graduate school. I got my law degree, but I didn't pass. I didn't go and take the bar. Then in 2015, I applied for my pardon. So I received a full pardon, which Alabama, that they rarely do that, is give you
right.
a pardon. And my record was about as long as from here to Memphis. And so I had everything on my record, you know what I'm saying? So but they gave me a full pardon. And
And congratulations.
well, thank you.
Yeah.
And then I went on. I started a car lot. I had a car lot. I shut my car lot down. I became the um, the first and probably only at the time independent used car dealership, which is a difference than a pay here, buy here, pay here um car lot, or just a used car lot. I was just
Right.
like one step from having my own new and used car dealership,
Gotcha.
new car dealership. And so I lost my grandfather in 2017, and then turn around at the peak of the pandemic, I lost my dad. So I was done. Didn't want to do the car business no more. Didn't want to do anything. I shut all the way down. So in 2022, 2021, Alabama changed the law for if you was convicted of a felony and you've been out this many 3 years or blah blah blah, you can receive an expungement.
Right.
And so they had changed it. It was called the Redeemer Act. So in 2022, I applied for it, and I received my expungement for it. But what happened was they took me to trial because they some kind of way they didn't want to give it to me. So we had to go to
Right.
court, had to go to trial. So it made my case a case of first impression, which means that my case is now in law books. My case is the case for expungement that the judges, the lawyers, and anyone pull up to compare with. It's my case. And so I'm pretty sure they wasn't
Congratulations
expecting
again, then.
that. I'm pretty
Congratulations
sure they wasn't
again.
expecting that, you know what I'm saying? But that's what happened. And so I received the expungement. And not just for the drug cases, I received the expungement for the murder case as well. So I'm the only person in the entire country with an expungement for a murder case. And so
Congratulations again.
thank you. Thank you. And
You home.
thank you. And so, then BET had come along, though, during the pandemic time is when we filmed for BET, and then everything afterwards, and Vlad and all of that. I actually made Vlad's top 10 of the most watched of the 2021 twice. And my episode is the most watched on BET. And so,
Congratulations again, then.
well,
We just gonna get
you.
into it at the end. Congratulations. What was
Thank
it
you.
like doing DJ Vlad?
Oh, it was okay. He was okay with
Okay.
me. People say, well, he's the police. He's the feds. Okay, so he asks you questions, and it is up to you to plead the fifth. You know what I'm saying? You don't have to answer the questions. You see,
Correct.
you answer the questions that's not going to incriminate you. If you've done something that you feel that you're going to be incriminated about. But everything that I've done, I've been an open book because that's over, it's done. And, I feel as though my story will help somebody else. You know what I'm saying? To say, okay, she did the same thing that I've done, and probably more. I'm pretty sure I've done more than the average, especially
Yeah.
the average female, um, and even the male. But it would give a person hope that they can change their life too. They can get their life back. My record it's completely clear. I have nothing on my record. I can get a secret clearance, federal clearance. I have nothing. There's nothing on my record.
Does that make you feel just as good as selling drugs does, knowing that your record is clean and you can do whatever you want to do with it?
It made me feel real good. And I think I always
I mean,
said
it's a
that
different type of high.
it's a different type of high, but
Right.
I used to always say, I love selling drugs. I wake up every morning and say, woo, I love selling drugs. That's my life. If I don't have no drugs to sell, I have panic attacks. I go, yeah, and people just didn't know, you know, you dare not to say nothing to me if I didn't have anything, if I didn't have anything. I was just not approachable. But to have my record completely clean is a different type of feeling. It's like, whew, I got my life back. That's all
Right.
my mom and my grandmother, grandfather, granddad, my family, that's all they ever wanted was me to stop, because my mother said, you're never going to get your life back. You keep doing this. You're not. But I did. I accomplished that.
All right.
And now I talk to other people, and I give people advice on how to, what to do in order to get their record expunged. And a lot of people can't because of their nature of their crimes, but that don't keep you from trying.
I sure need to know. Man ain't expunged. I sure need to know. I ain't
Well,
gonna
we
lie.
can talk.
I need to know for real. It's holding me back. I'm ready to go abroad somewhere. And
Right.
I done been out and I done been out of prison for 7 years, so I haven't caught no new charges or nothing. I kind of been like an
And that's
upstanding
good.
citizen, so I'm ready to get mine expunged if I
That's
can.
right. That's right. We have to check it out and see. Yeah.
So what you working on, Miss Perrion? What you got coming up next, though? And as far as like, first of all, hold on, how did you get into the luggage? How did you get into doing it, though?
Because well, first of all, I already have a patent. I had a patent. I come up with that idea in 96, and I got the patent in 97. It was for automatic detergent and fabric softener dispenser for a washing machine. Well, GE kind of like took over my idea when I left it abandoned. But I like to travel. And when I travel, I hate sitting my cup or anything on the floor or on the tables. I
Right,
and then I can't never get to a charging
right,
port because they're sitting on it and they're playing games and they're doing everything. So my luggage has a cup holder, it has a charging port, and if I can't find a seat, I can sit on it. It is that strong that you can sit on it. So that's what made me get into it. And then I have a flip on the handle where you can set your phone up there. You don't even have to hold it. You can just sit there and let it charge. You don't even have to hold your phone. And so that's how I got into it, and that's my baby right there.
I,
Yeah.
who helped you? Who helped you come up with that idea? Because it's very creative, though.
I woke up in the middle of the night, and it was in a dream. It's come to me. And I have a friend, I call her early in the morning. I tell her, I say, I haven't been sleeping. my mind, because I don't sleep, my mind still be going. And
Right.
so I was telling her about it, you know what I'm saying, and a lot of other stuff. Because I done wrote down a lot of stuff. I got a lot of other stuff that I done wrote down. But you know, we got to do one thing at a time. We got to birth one baby and then, you know,
Right.
move on. But yeah, that was like came to me, and especially because I travel, because I be traveling a lot, and you know, I just think about the things when I hate doing or what I don't like, and I try to think of stuff that's gonna be convenient for me and everybody else.
Gotcha. I definitely like that though. I would. That's just for women though, right? That ain't the
No,
male. That ain't
it's for everybody. That's a
that
unisex.
unisex.
And yes,
Okay.
yes, yes,
I like that idea though. I like it. So how did you
absolutely.
wind up in trap doing a movie with JT Bigger Figure and Trap Flicks? How did that happen? How did you wind up?
Because Shay and I are best friends, and Kane, shout out to Kane.
It's out
Um,
the chain.
yeah, you know, them my brothers right there, you know. And so we just vowed that, you know, we was gonna help each other. You know what I'm saying? We're gonna help each other um on every platform. When I do stuff, I talk about them. When they do stuff, they talk about me, or or whatever. And so I met JT through Shay, and he was doing a movie, Standing on Business, with Doughboy Juice. And so and then me and Kane went down to Mobile when Honeycomb Brazy got out. And
Free
so,
Brazen.
yes, free Brazy, please free him. You
Yeah.
know, so I went down there. I didn't even know him. I heard his
Right.
story. When they told me about his story, I remember hearing about it, but I didn't know who he was. I hadn't heard his music or anything until we was on the way. And so, and when I met him, you know, I liked the young man. You know, I knew that I felt that it was a lot of people that was distrusting that was around him that day. And I told Shay about it. And he was like, and I said, I'm going out, you know, I'm going to the car because I'm not feeling it. You know, I'm not feeling the vibe, you know, because I go on my
Right.
feelings. And my feelings help me a long, long ways. And and true enough, it was. It was the ones that was in there that caused him his demise this last time, you know. And so um I just want I hate when people get caught up and they didn't do anything and they got caught up on them because of somebody else. And I think that they should free that young man because he did not, you know, you don't half the time you don't know who you hire. You know, you they say they're security, but you don't know really because people make false documents so much. You don't know if it's real or not. You know, you're not trained in that area to know that this is a false document. Hell, you just got out of prison. You don't know. You know what I'm saying? So I don't think they should have faulted him for that.
Fact.
I just don't. You
Fact.
know what I'm
They
saying?
don't ever give us what is it what do you call it when like benefit of a doubt? They don't never give us the benefit of a
No,
doubt.
they don't.
No.
They don't. They don't. They don't. And until you bring it to their attention, I just I just fought help my nephew. He got arrested. Lies. Lies. And so I picked through it and everything. That's when the DA asked me, was I going to take the bar? Because I had just ripped through um that DA that was trying to get him take his life away. He's just 20. Are you kidding? Kids can't make mistakes. Are you kidding me? And so I got him where the judge gave him a youth offender for a class A felony. I helped a young man in Tennessee that they were trying to give 40 years for a school zone that did not exist. And got him 8 years. He had already did almost 4 years. I talked with the attorney general, got him 2 years and 8 months taken off of that. Over lies, man. Come on.
So was you a penitentiary lawyer?
I did, yeah, well, I did law in prison. I did law in prison. I did law out of prison. So I don't know what you want to call me.
I feel because you sound like you know what you're doing, and saying that, and the fact that you into prison reform, you done got laws changed. I heard that you're not trying to be a lawyer, but are you into like maybe politics in it, like trying to be a state official?
I am. I am. I was thinking. I was thinking about local at first, and I was like, man, I can't make no changes throughout Alabama local, not even
Right,
by being the mayor. The mayor only has in that little city.
right.
Then you got other little cities, they got a mayor. So what would I want to be? What would I want to run for? So if I run for office, I'm running for governor. I want the whole state. You know what I'm
Makes
saying?
sense. Makes
Why
sense.
would I sell myself short down here
When you done been the
when I can make
biggest,
a difference up here? If I'm up here, I can make a complete difference for the
right,
entire state.
right,
You know what I'm saying? Not just for one person, but for all Alabamians. You know what I'm saying? And who knows? I might could make a difference around the world. You don't never know.
right, right. You're right. I'm pretty sure your story, uh, making a difference around the world. Like you said, far as just telling people that they hear you done been with this walk of life and you done changed your life around. You inspiring women. You know what I'm saying around the world and men. You know, it's a lot of people in this comments. You know, they talking about leave my woman alone and get the lights up. They want to know if you got some books to sell too, though. Do you have any books
I
available?
do. Well, the book that I have for sale, it is called Criminal Thinking Reform. And it is to reform the mind. It's a workbook. So you can work on yourself. See, because once you change your thinking, you can change your life. And that's the only way that you're going to be able to change. And you have to change your thinking. No prison, no nothing, me talking to you, nothing. It has to be you, self. So once you learn to manifest and get your own self together and you make up in your mind that you want to do something, everybody has a goal, and nobody is born in this world that did not have a dream or a goal when they were kids. No, you may not have made that dream and you may not even come close to it, but you are still here and you can still make a difference and you can still change your life. Once you focus on yourself, you'll be all right.
Right. That remind me of a book I read when I was in prison. Kind of like the title does, like I think it was called Thinking for Change.
Okay.
Yeah, Thinking for Change.
Okay.
So it was
And I'm
basically
working on my life book. I'm working on my what they call it, a memoir or
memoir.
my me. Yeah. I'm working on that. Working on that.
Well, I'm gonna send you some positive energy. Hopefully that goes well. Hopefully they go. What's the mark you trying to leave, Miss Perrion? Like what's the mark you trying to leave here in this life with your family, with your friends, just even with your story? Like what how do you want to be looked at?
How do I want to be remembered?
Remember, viewed, yes.
I want to be remembered as the person who persevered through life and changed the world. I want
Mm.
to change the way people stigmatize our culture, men. Even though I'm a female, I had a lot. My whole team was guys. I had no females, and I want to leave a legacy of change and perseverance that it can happen.
Gotcha. And last question: are you a Alabama fan or a Auburn fan?
Alabama,
Alabama.
Alabama,
Alabama.
Alabama. Roll
Alabama.
Tide, baby.
Long time. Okay, then. Well, thank you, Miss Perry, for coming through, though. I don't know if you had time to answer a few of their questions or not, but I appreciate you coming through the platform, though.
I
Okay,
do. I
then.
do.
Okay.
Yeah, go ahead.
All right. Well,
Let's
y'all
get
get in the comments, though. Holla. Thank you again, too, though. I appreciate it.
Thank you. Thank you.
They say they are Alabama hater. Hold on.
Alabama hater. Don't hate Alabama. I
I
like
don't
the
really like
Grizzlies.
Alabama either, though. I'm an LSU fan, so y'all been kicking our ass for a minute, so.
Well, you know what? I like LSU too. So if I want to have two teams, those are the two teams.
They say, are you still cool with the officer?
Yeah, but one of them died. Oh, you talking about the officer that gave me the second chance? Is that the one they're talking about?
Right. The officer that spoke, yeah, that went in
Oh
there
yeah,
right.
yeah. He's on my documentary.
That's what I was going to ask. Okay.
Yeah, he's on my documentary.
Oh, I got a question. Have you ever been tempted to if like early on when you got out of it and made your mind up, were you tempted to go back? Did you
No,
miss the
Lord.
rush? Because you kind of put me in the mind of money making Mitch when you say I love to hustle. You know,
Because
you
I
felt
can
like one
hustle
of them
other
ball playing
things.
niggas.
No, I hustle other things, baby. Nobody. I can't be locked up like no cage rat. No, sir.
That was terrible, wasn't it? That was a terrible experience, wasn't it?
Man, what? No, no, no. I'm good. I'm good. I'd rather be broke and free.
Right. They
Because
said,
I'll
what's your
be
next passion?
my next passion that as for what I'm about to do. Is that what you
Right, I
mean?
don't understand. I don't understand that either, though.
She
I don't
found a
really
new
understand.
husband. Respectable. Yes, I did. I found okay. My next passion. I'm actually launching my rental car service.
Rental car?
Yes.
Is it gonna be where we starting in Huntsville first?
I'm starting in Huntsville and Birmingham. I'll be at the international airport. So that's
Okay.
huge.
Well,
Yeah.
congratulations again. You just covering all bases, huh?
I'm covering them. I'm trying. I'm
You got
trying.
merch
And
too?
then huh?
Do you have merch too? Do you have like shirts and things of that nature?
We're getting that together. That'll be on the website once we launch the website, which will be in a few days. And it'll be under perrionroberts.com. And so yeah, I'll start having merch. And so we're working on all that. And what else? I got a lot going on. I got a lot. We're getting ready to do a treatment so that we can do a movie or a TV series. So we're working towards that.
They said, do you mess with the married to Huntsville people? What is that?
Um,
What is that?
Huntsville's love and marriage.
Ah, okay.
No, no,
Okay.
no. I'm a
So,
realist. I don't. mm,
what are you what is she passionate about that compares to the drug game?
ah, I
You
would
gotta
say,
watch him. He's tricky. He's tricky. You gotta
I
watch
know
this.
he
This one here.
trying to be. What am I passionate
This
about
guy
besides the
here, boy.
drug
Oh, this
game?
is nothing. They
My
tricky.
luggage, my luggage, my luggage. My luggage.
Tricky.
That's my baby right now. I'm trying to. I want you all to buy my luggage. I'm telling you, you'll
What you think
love it.
about
You're
getting
gonna
on?
enjoy it.
I think that's a good enough invention to go on Shark Tank.
You think so?
I do. I do. And you know
What
what?
about QVC?
I think it'll work on QVC, but I'm saying I think Shark Tank pick you up and help sponsor you though.
Well,
Because
you
I
know
haven't
what?
think
I have
go
another
ahead.
idea for Shark Tank.
What's that?
I have another idea
Oh, okay.
that that's patent pending that I think that they would like. Yeah.
So you just an inventor too, right?
Yes, I'm an inventor too. I'm a scholar. I'm an inventor.
Can't blame you. Can't blame you though. Where they come from though? Where they come from? The what do you call it? What is that? Well, ingenuity is that what they call?
Yeah.
Where do they come
Oh,
from?
uh, I don't know. Probably my grandfather. Um, I'm an artist too. I draw. I don't sing or dance, but I draw.
Draw what?
Um, oh, I draw like pictures, people, pictures, stuff.
You can do
Uh,
still
when
life,
you watch the documentary and you see
right?
those a picture of me, a self portrait, I drew that when I was in prison of myself. That was how I was feeling. I drew myself, and that's hard to draw yourself. But
It is. It
I
is.
but yeah, I draw. I used to draw for a lot of people that was in prison to send home pictures of them or their kids or something to send home and stuff like that. I
What
don't
you
draw as
charge?
much.
What you used to charge?
I charged them $100. But we
Ah,
was in
you were
prison
cold
and
then.
they family would put it on my books. Yeah. Oh, I'm good.
Yeah, you had to be cold. I learned how to draw on a diagram. You know what I'm saying? Like, have you ever drew like that? Still lifes?
Like
Like
drawing
it's
a
a graph.
diagram.
It's a graph.
Like do the
It's,
graph,
yeah,
do a graph and then number it and then do it across the picture
right,
and number
right. That's how I
it.
learned how to draw at first.
I know. I mean I've done that before, but that was just because I was just doing it. And I know I've always been able to draw. I've been drawing since I was a kid. So mm-mm.
What a celeb. Were you
Well,
a hood celebrity in prison, or were you probably running a pod?
they said I was the warden because because I was because I did the lawsuits and I was winning them. And so the warden didn't bother me. He asked me, was I trying to get him fired? I told him absolutely not. I don't want your prison. I just want to go home. And then anyway, y'all need to clean it up. You shouldn't be doing the stuff that you're doing. And I wouldn't have had to come down here and file the lawsuits. The Lord wouldn't have had to send me down here to clean up this mess. He would have chosen other alternative for me besides prison.
One thing they don't like when an inmate filing their paperwork on them, and they got outside supporters that's helping them
I
out.
didn't
They
have
don't
no
like this
outside
stuff.
supporters.
You did?
I did it all by myself. No.
You hard.
Everybody wanted me to stop. Didn't nobody want me to do it because they was afraid that the parole board was going to deny me parole because I was filing the lawsuits. I said, well, if that's what it be, that's what it be. But I'm sticking it to their asses. Cause they need
Make
change down here and it's nasty and filthy. Who can live like this? I couldn't believe it. You know what I'm saying? And then the things that they was doing and what they was doing to women, the men officers and all that kind of stuff. Man, are you kidding me? No. And then they
Hey,
putting all the salt in the food, killing people, wondering why everybody's blood pressure high. All the salt that you putting in the food, you killing folks. And then when they wouldn't tend to me and I had surgery on my elbows and they wouldn't tend to me, they wouldn't give me proper medication or whatever, that's what propped the lawsuit. So I lit them up. So they had to hire an internal medicine doctor, which cost him a lot of money because he came in from Chicago and he was black. And he told
mm,
me, he said, they paid me a good grip to come because of you, young lady. I said, oh, well, good. Now you need to do your job and keep it moving. And so, yeah, one thing after another, I sued based on religion because they had nothing but Bibles. Okay, don't get me wrong. You know, I'm Christian taught, but I don't follow no religion. You know what I'm saying? I've been through too many, but I have Christian beliefs. But they had nothing but Bibles. Everybody don't have Christian beliefs. Everybody don't read the Bible. Some people are Muslims. Some people do other things. Believe in other things, and they should have more than just Bibles for them to read. So I sued them for that. So they had to get, stuff for Muslim. They had to build an Indian that we had build her Indian grounds because at the time I didn't have my roll number, so I wasn't considered a native at the time. But now I do, so I would be considered a native now.
a native?
Yeah,
Oh, you
Cherokee.
Indian? Oh yeah?
Yeah, Cherokee. Yeah.
You did your what do you call it? Your fact you fact check yourself?
Yes. But
How much
my great grandmother already had her roll number. She already was assigned her roll number when she was a kid. It was just that I didn't go and get mine. My aunts and everyone else and their kids already had theirs. It's just that I was in the streets. I wasn't thinking about none of that at the
right,
time.
right.
So yeah.
So do you think you have enough Indians to live on a reservation?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, that's a lot. They said what message do you have for the youth in the streets?
Oof. What I have for you all in the streets is I know that some of your home life may be not what you plan or not what you really expect out of life. And it's hard. But don't be a product of the environment that you're living in. Be the exceptional. Whatever you have to do, stay in school. Stay in school. And one thing I do say about school that I don't like is that it does not teach you financial literacy. And that's what our people need to know. So we don't learn that. So, but education, get your education and decide what you want to do with your life and not the streets. Because this day and time, the streets only can lead to two places, that's jail or hell. And take your pick. Which one do you want to go to? I'm pretty sure you don't want to die. And I most certainly know that you don't want to be locked up like a cage rat. I'm sorry. I just don't see people wanting to just go to prison. And but that's where you're going. And killing one another is not the answer. It's definitely not the answer. Um, I gang bang, yeah, but I never killed nobody. You know what I'm saying? Because it's one thing about it. You cannot get blood out of a turnip. You can't get your money out of a dead man. If somebody owe you, I mean, killing them, what is that going to solve? Nothing. You go to prison for the rest of your life. For what? You see what I'm saying? So why would you do that? Think. Let me tell you something. You have 90 seconds before you pull a trigger. You have 90 seconds to decide what you're going to do. So if you pull the trigger, you already decided that you either want to die behind that because it may be retaliation, or you want to go to prison for the rest of your life. You decide. You make up your own mind. But you have 90 seconds. Everybody have a 90 second to decide what they want to do. So what do you want to do? Make up your own mind. And then let me know. Text me and inbox me and what you decide.
Right. So I've seen one last question that was a good one. They said, who is one of your mentors and who inspire you?
My mentor was the late Commissioner Bob Harrison. He inspired me to. He really wanted me to get my law degree, but he was the one that pushed me. He was actually molding me to follow in his footsteps to be a commissioner. And that's not what I wanted to do either. But I learned the techniques. I learned. I'm never know too much that I can't learn something else. But he was my mentor, and my dad was my mentor before he passed away. That was my backbone. That was my stronghold. And when I lost him, I thought I really lost everything. But really, I just was able to stand on my own 2 feet and move on into my own destiny.
Well, I appreciate you, Miss Perrion. Thank you for taking the time out to come through. I know you're busy. I know you got a lot going on. I heard you're supposed to be at the Essence Festival also. So thank you though for coming through, and I'm gonna be sure to keep a lookout for everything that you got going on though, because you really got a real good story. You're a testament, and big ups to you for sure, for sure.
Thank you. Thank you for having me.
Man, thank you for coming on. Hopefully you enjoyed yourself.
I did. I enjoyed the questions, the comments. I enjoyed you. I really did.
Thank
I
you,
really did.
and just appreciate you giving a shout out to the smaller platforms. And I do need to know about that. Get my charge expunged though. I ain't killed nobody. You know what I'm saying? I ain't killed
Right.
nobody. I ain't hurt nobody. I broke the law now. I did my time, but I've been out here being a good citizen. So shit, I'm trying to need a little help.
Yeah, we have to check into it. You're in Tennessee, right? You're in
Yeah,
Memphis?
I'm in Tennessee. Yeah, I'm
We
in
just have
Tennessee.
to check into the Tennessee laws because, y'all laws are different than ours.
Facts, 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 facts,
And
facts.
ours are definitely different from y'all's. But yeah, we should check into it. And then the information that I learned or whatever, we can share with the community. And people that are out there that has committed a crime, but want to get their life back. Yeah, we'll make sure we share that information
You
because
working on any
I'm for it.
nonprofits?
Actually, I have my own nonprofit, and it's called Bridging Another Gap because I feel like that's what I do on a daily basis is bridge the
Right.
gap for different situations. And so we're about to publicly launch it probably by next month. So we're working on that because I'm still waiting on my 501c3 so I can have my own everything. So I like my own. I don't like piggybacking off of nobody. So
Gotcha,
that's what
gotcha,
we're
gotcha.
doing.
I don't
And
know
then we
what I'm
helping
missing.
everybody. Huh?
I don't know what I'm missing, but I got this young man talking about ask my question. So can you please answer this one young man named
Okay.
Guala? Guala, what you want to
What
know
is this?
before we get out of here? He want to know about a man. He want to know that you ever get married. He all go ahead. Go ahead.
Okay, so no, I did not get married. I have not been married. And no, did no man hold me down when I was in prison. And yeah, I take that back. It was my grandfather and my father. So those are the two men that held me down when I was in prison. Um, but no, I did not get married. Not yet, anyways. Who
Nice.
knows? Who knows who's on the horizon? You know what I'm saying? So hey.
So he ain't trying to know. He trying to know then. That's but he trying to know. So,
So we answered your question. Got another question? Come on.
you got another. Go ahead.
How they didn't hold down the queen because they were sorry.
Right.
Because they were
Right.
sorry. That's how.
Are you gonna try to turn your documentary into like a real series or like a
Yeah, that's what we're working on, to turn it into a TV series or a TV series and a movie. So we're looking to do both, you know. So yes, definitely. I think what do you think? Do you think a series would be good or a movie first? We're gonna do
I think
both,
I
but
think
which one
I
you
think
think we should do first?
I think a series would be good because it is just I think both of them
So
would
if
be
we do a
well.
series, then we turn around and do a movie, then we would kind of like, don't you think that would like bump heads? So I think we probably just need to do a series and forget the movie, because then you
Right.
see a movie, you go straight from beginning, middle, and then you'll know what's gonna happen in the end. Which most people already know what happened in the end, but the story's still going. I'm
That's
still
true, but
doing stuff.
you know in the movie, I mean in a story though, when you break it down on stories though, the detail it's always gonna be something that when you watch the movie, you're gonna be
Right.
like, oh, okay, that made sense, that made sense, that made sense. So
Okay,
it just
you're
don't
right. You're right.
depend
You're
on how
right.
good the
Okay,
movie go. It ain't like
that's
it's
right.
not gonna even matter. We're gonna be interested in the series based off the movie, so it's gonna go either way, actually though.
Right, 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 right,
So
right.
I think either way it go is gonna work.
So I need you all to follow me, Perrion_Roberts on Instagram. Also, I'm on Facebook, Perrion Roberts. I got a YouTube channel that's about to come out. So my assistant, she's working on that. And so we'll get
Think think
everything. We get
think about me,
everything.
man. Think about me. Think
I'm gonna
about
think
me.
about
Think
definitely,
about me.
definitely, definitely.
I thank you, Miss Perion. Though, man. I don't want to hold you up until too much longer unless you still vibing with them. But I know you got stuff to do. But thank you for coming through, though, Miss Perion.
Oh, I'm vibing. You done woke me up
Uh,
now.
okay, well, go ahead and vibe with them. They're gonna keep you going, though. We got some new people just came in the chat too. So go ahead.
Okay.
I don't want to run you off, but at the same time, I just want to be courteous too, though.
Okay. Who is that? Hey, hey.
That's listen to Lucille. She another blog on YouTube. So
Oh, okay.
it's a few
Hey,
bloggers
Joe.
in here. Y'all
Okay.
have any questions for while we have Miss Perrion Roberts on here? And y'all go check out a documentary on BET also. Go check out an interview with DJ Vlad and other various platforms also.
Absolutely. I had a great life. To me, it was great.
Right. Right.
I would. It's nothing that I would change except for some of the people, but everything I done, now I wouldn't change it. I
You
wouldn't
had a
change it.
ball.
I had a ball, and it's what I loved at the time. You know what I'm saying? So No, I wouldn't change what I done, but I would change a whole lot of the people that I ran across, you know. Um, but now wouldn't change a thing because I would not be who I am today had I not lived through that.
So, well, let me ask you this, Miss Perion. Where you at right now? Like, what state? You in Alabama right now?
I'm in Alabama.
So it's like it's about to make 1 o'clock, and
Really?
yeah, it is. And I'm noticing that hairstyle look real nice on you. So all that money ain't leave you, man. Like it, all that money ain't left. You still got some tucked away somewhere. It's still
Still
tucked
gotta
away.
look good, baby. I gotta look good. You know, I can't. Do you know how old I turned? A few days ago. How many days ago? How old am I? A few days ago. Well, I don't even know what today is. What's today? The 5th? The 25th, 26th,
Today the
20,
26th now.
27th? 7
26,
days ago. 7 days ago was my birthday. You know how old I was?
52,
Or how old I am? Or I turned?
52, 52.
Yeah, you're right. That sounds cute. That
52.
sounds cute. But no. I turned 60.
Well, happy belated then.
Thank you.
But they say
Thank you.
black don't crack, so good definition
Well,
of it.
that's right. That's right. That's right. That's right. That's right.
And then when you don't abuse yourself, you kind of you extend how yourself look. You don't do a whole lot of these hard drugs and whatever. Just have a hard life though. Just run yourself down in life.
Well, one would say that I had a hard life, I was in the streets, you know what I'm saying, running the streets. And but no, I don't drink, I don't smoke, I don't get high. I don't do none of that. I ain't do none of that. So I'm good.
Her name is Miss Perrion Roberts from Alabama. She's got a story on BET, DJ Vlad, Trap Queen.
It's
Go check it out.
On Reels TV too.
Real
It's
TV.
called the yeah, Gangsters the Most Evil. It's on Reels.
Actually, when I looked on the BET episodes, her episode actually had the most views. It's almost at 1 million. Actually, almost at 900,000 right now. So y'all go check it out.
Yeah.
Like for real, for real. Y'all go check it out.
It's the
It's
most watched.
definitely.
Yeah, it's the most watched. And I thank you all for watching it too. And I hope that you're inspired and I hope that you learned something um, from my documentary because that's the way I wanted it to be presented. I don't highlight drug selling. I don't I don't want kids to be doing it, but they do, you know. But I want to also show a way out that if you decide that you want to change your life, you can do it. It may take some time, but you can do it. You can do it. Any situation. And whatever your home life is, a lot of people go through a lot of stuff at home. We as kids went through, me and my brothers went through a lot at home with our dad. How he would, fight our mom. Our youngest brother is not our mom's child. Jeremy, they call him JB in the streets, but he's just my dad's child. But he used to fight his mom. Every woman my dad was with, he would fight him, beat him. He had this belt. Oh, I should have kept that belt. I threw it away. I didn't want to have nothing to do with that belt. When my dad died, I threw it as far away as I could. It had two rings on it, two metal hard rings. And he used to beat them with that belt. Everybody he was with.
Ain't
And
that for like Ike wanting.
oh, my dad didn't play the radio. Literally. Literally, and he didn't mind shooting you either. He had he had the cabs. He had some cabs too, and he was driving, and somebody jumped in the car with him and thought he was gonna rob him. My dad pulled his pistol out and shot him. Called the police. He didn't get no time. My dad don't play. He did not play, and so you know, I think I probably learned a lot of that from my dad and his brother.
Zero tolerance.
Zero. I had zero tolerance. We was about making money. You know what? I mean, what else do you need to be talking about?
So back then, what kind of men did you attract?
All kind. All kind. Black ones, white was Chinese. Yeah. No matter where I went, it's just
What kind
stupid.
of men attracted you then? Did they have to be in the life, or could they be a old Joe Schmo, or did they have? How did they go?
That now they didn't have to be in the life, but they had to have some type of hustle about them, and they could not let me be the controller. If I can control you, I don't want you. Not for a man. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? You can be a toy, a boy toy for the night or whatever, you know what I'm saying? And then you don't get to sleep in my bed either. You
See, that's
know?
what I'm sensing over here, Miss Perrion. I'm sensing you ain't had nobody to, you know, get you right.
Did I?
I'm sensing. You said like you said control, and I'm sensing. I'm sensing. Never man. I'm gonna leave that
You
alone.
you sensing what? No, I did. I mean, I just did, if I can control you, what do I need with you? You can't be
Right.
my man if I can control you. I already control the streets. You see what I'm saying? So if I got a
Right.
man that I can control and you don't have no backbone, what I need with you? You
Hey,
see what I'm saying? Who gonna watch my back? You see
right.
what I'm saying? I'm already watching my back. But what I'm saying, and my boys is already watching my back. What you
Right.
gonna do? Run when something happen? You know what I'm saying? And if you couldn't
Yeah.
understand the life that I was living and that I had to be, that I had to talk to guys, I had to be in the street, I had to do this, I had to work, I had to do this. You know what I'm saying? And you couldn't deal with it. I mean, and so I only had like 2, 3 boyfriends, 2, 3, 4, maybe about four that I really talked to. And but anyone else, if I dealt with you or whatever, you can sleep in my bed. You have to sleep on the floor with the dog, or you can leave. You had a
You made
choice.
somebody sleep on the floor with the dog for real,
Yes.
and these
When
niggas
you gonna
stayed
sleep?
over there. They wanted to be over there. They actually did it.
They actually did it. Slept on the
Oh,
floor with the
no.
dog. I had
What you
child
had?
too.
Oh, nah. What was it? A Perrion rug?
No, just a just carpet. And you didn't
Oh
get no
man.
blanket, baby. You didn't get no blanket either. Because first of all, I wanted you to leave. So, and you couldn't sleep on my couch. You leave. Sleep on the floor, leave. You had a choice. You had to sleep on the floor. You could leave.
So yeah, damn. Oh, that's hard right there, man. That's hard.
So
Sleeping
actually,
on
that's gonna be
the
one of my merch. I'm gonna start selling blankets. And I'll start selling blankets. So when your girl put you in the doghouse, it's because I think I took it to
floor.
another level of the doghouse. Put you in the
Yeah,
doghouse. You
yeah.
know, what I'm saying? I straight pimped you.
Man, I ain't heard that one before now. That's hard. That's hard. Make a man sleep on the floor. He can't sleep in the bed. That's hard. So, but you did say he didn't have to be in the life though. He just had to be a real man though. You know what I'm saying, baby?
Yeah. You didn't have to be no.
But
I
that
prefer if he
real,
wasn't in the game.
that kind of probably didn't happen though. I'm pretty sure you intimidated a lot of regular guys though. You see what I'm saying?
I did. And they said that. They said, you intimidate me. Oh, well, you weak anyway. For you even tell me that. What I'm gonna do with you?
Makes sense. I think you too. I think you too hard too for that. I think you too hard, man.
Yeah, I think so.
I think you
Probably.
too hard. If there was your comeback, now hold on now wait a minute. Wait a minute. If that was your comeback, then I think you was a little too hard, Miss Perrion, because you should want somebody to be honest with you. You should listen to why they intimidated, especially for a regular guy.
Yeah, you know what? True that I didn't have time to worry
There
about
you
what you
go.
thought about. You know what I'm saying? And I didn't care.
Fuck your
I
feelings,
didn't
basically. That's
I didn't
basically what you
care.
were.
I didn't care about your feelings. I
Yeah,
didn't
okay.
care about anything. Because I've been in the streets so long and I did so much. I didn't have that type of heart. You know what I'm saying? I just didn't open it up to everybody. Cause when you do, then they try to break it. They try to do so much till I just developed, it was like I had a hard heart, but not for real. You know what I'm saying? I just had a block, a wall up that still is probably about right here. It's coming down, but I still have a wall up because I just didn't really trust people, and
Makes sense.
I really don't trust a
Kind
whole
of
lot of
probably
people
hard
now.
to trust a lot of people, right? When you move how you move, it's kind of trying to it's probably hard to trust people, right?
It is. It is. It is because it's so many people out there that don't like you, just many that do like you. So, and then everybody want to get over. You know what I'm saying? Especially you're a woman or a female. I'm saying young woman at that. So you have people that will try you that don't know you or come into town and think they're gonna come and take over. How you gonna do that? You're not even from here. You know what I'm saying? So you just have to show people who you are or what you stand for. You either stand for something or you'll fall for anything.
Fact, definitely fact. They say, are you looking for a man now? And what kind of man are you looking for? Not looking for, but what kind of
I'm
man
open.
you
I'm
open,
open to opportunities. Yeah. Let me put it
and
like
what
that.
kind of
Not looking.
opportunity?
Yeah, not looking, but if
Well,
somebody come our way and I like them, then we'll talk. If you
so you
come
don't
my way
necessarily
and I'm not vibing you, we won't talk. That's just how it is. You know what I'm saying?
that
So
makes sense. Okay, Guala. Enough with the she said she got an Instagram there. She said she got an Instagram. Can you give them your Instagram again? Can you give them your handles again so they can find you though where to look you up at?
yeah. Perrion Roberts, Facebook, TikTok. That's my first name. First and last name. Instagram is Perrion_Roberts. That's my Instagram.
Y'all got that? Guala, you got that? So if you see a random guy in your inbox, there you go. How your inbox going? Do they be in your inbox?
Oh yes, man.
You
Yes.
do
To
you
the point I
entertain? Do
had
you
to I had to put one of them messages up to pop up, you know what I'm saying, to say something, guys. Oh my God, some people say some things, send some pictures, and all this nonsense. But
What make it through and what don't? Because I mean, evidently you looking at them. You just so what make it through and what don't? What make you give a second look to it?
to what
To the message or to whatever in your DM. What make you what? Because I
I
mean,
look at them sometimes. Sometimes I read them. Late at night or something, I might stroll through and I'll be reading them or whatever. I try to read them. You'll know if I read them. I'll light up or I might say something.
okay then.
Yeah.
Well, you heard that, Guala. She talk back sometime. She vibing with us now.
Oh, Bobby, yeah.
Yeah, I got some more questions for her. What's up, y'all? Y'all done? I appreciate you, Miss Perion, for real, for real. I do appreciate you coming. This is my best interview so far. I actually enjoyed this interview with you.
Well, thank you. Thank you. I
Appreciate
heard
that,
you
Guala.
interview a lot of good people.
Yeah, I have interviewed a lot of them, but you know what? With this one though, I just Miley was telling me basically don't like he was like don't be worried about the time so far. Just just talk. Try to have make it natural. So I was already kind of enthused by the topic and the matter, and I wanted to let you know something. You got something in common with my mama, right? My mama name, her street name used to be well, it still is though, actually though. Her name is Bird also because she
Is what?
tall.
Her
It's
name
Bird.
what?
Bird.
Bird.
Yes, man.
Okay.
Mhm.
Okay.
I heard that
Okay.
was your name. Is that true?
They used to call me Big Bird.
That's what they used to call my mama, Big Bird. Yeah, they call my
Yeah.
mama Big Bird, actually. So.
When I was in school and then when I got in the street, here at home, they call me Perion, Queen P, Birmingham, they call me baby girl. Montgomery, they call me China.
Which
And it's
name
a
answer to
name.
the most?
Huh?
Which name did you answer to the most?
All
Or do
of
you hear the most? All of them.
them. They call me Queen P. I'm like, what's up? They call me P. What's up? They call me Young. What's up? You know, that's how it was. I ain't care what they call me, as long as they came with my money.
That makes sense. That makes sense. Gotta be about the money first, man. Gotta be about the money first. And you saying
Yeah,
really in back in them days, you didn't have too much problem with people paying you.
I did.
That's a blessing in itself.
Yeah, it is. It is. It really is. Because, and I think because I tried to help people. You know what I'm saying? So why bite the hand to feed you? And you already know that you ain't gonna be able to eat if you bite this hand. And you
Right.
don't know what's gonna happen. Because you do not know how I'm gonna come.
But you did
No
have
one
that
really
treasure
knew
inside though.
when I came to the street that day who I was. I'm a Gemini. You'll never know. You never know who you was getting until I may have said something. You don't know. So but I try to stay the same. I ain't try to be no switching up or always mad or something. I was never an angry black woman, so I never was always that. But I was firm and what I believed in. And I believe in let's make money. If trouble come to us, we'll handle it. If it don't come to us, let's not create trouble. Let's not start trouble if it
Right.
didn't come to us. But if you bring it to me, I'm definitely gonna end it. I'm definitely gonna end it. And when you come, you better be ready. So, well, who was ready? You know
Right.
what I'm saying? And then
She said,
why
"Who is it?"
so we had these guys, couple of guys, they were running around with trench coats on and sawed off shotguns, and they was running around from project to project robbing the dope dealers. And I got my guys walkie talkies because we only had beepers back then. And when we got the cell phone, we had the bag phone, so it wasn't but like one or two of us that had bag phones. But these guys had went to one project and they robbed a couple of the drug dealers, and then they told me to watch out because they was on their way to Mason Court, and they robbing dope dealers. Okay, so I know them, and they have sold for me, but what it was, they had got on drugs themselves too. But I told them, okay, I ain't worried about it, and I think I had probably 4 ounces on me and a lot of money. I kept a lot of
Right.
money on me. And I kept a lot of pistols too. So I'm
What
like,
was
okay,
your pistol of
cool.
choice? What was your pistol of choice?
um, at first it was a 357 with hollow points. And I love that gun. And and then I graduated to a 9 and an AK and all. I had all that. But I like the 357 the best. Oh, and that was actually my code, 3357. And
For real?
then people started using it because they knew that if they put in 357, they knew that the people were gonna answer because they would thought it was me. But
Right.
that was my code, 357. Because that's what I carried the most. That's what I used to keep in my back,
Yeah.
357.
So
And
the
then I
crew.
had a little, huh?
No, go ahead. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
No, I was just gonna say I had a Dillinger in the third pocket that they done sold up now. You know, your jeans. It's no longer a little pocket right there. If it is,
Right.
you can't put nothing in it.
Right.
But yeah.
At the time, the crew that you had inherited, like how big was your crew?
It was about 6 or 7 of them. It was about six
Was
or seven.
everybody remain loyal? Did nobody get on? Never, try to do no bull crap behind your back. Everybody was.
Oh yeah.
Thorough.
Yeah, I had one. I took him up on the mountain. We beat him with the stick, with the whoop ass stick.
You did it.
Yeah, yeah. I drove him up on the mountain. Told him get in the car, let's go. We're going for a ride. Then I left him on the mountain.
Did you, so well, everything, you got clemency and everything talking about it. So you really left him to die. You beat him that bad.
No, I ain't leaving to die.
You just gave him a
He
good
can
beat.
walk. He can
Right.
walk. Yeah, he can get up and walk. He just had to walk home.
For
Shit.
playing, basically.
For playing.
I
But
respect it.
actually after that, maybe about 2 years after that, he set me up.
You should have beat him to death, then. You know what I'm
I
saying?
should have.
You should have
I
beat the
should
shit
have. He
out of
set
him.
me up.
Yeah, right. You should have pushed his ass off the mountain. You
I
see what
said,
I'm
yeah, that's what I said. I said that. I said,
saying?
nigga, I
Being
should.
nice. I thought you
I
left his
should.
ass back.
Hell yeah. But he did. He set me up. And when I came home, they gave me 10 years. And that was during the time of the murder case. So I already had this pending 10 years. Now I got to go through a murder case.
Right.
They wanted me to plead guilty to the murder and give me 10 years of running concurrent with the 10 I already had. Is you crazy?
Yeah. Sound like
And
forever.
so exactly. So I so I beat that. I beat the murder case, of course. And then when I went to prison, I only did 15 months on it. But when I came home, who was at our house? I had been home a few days and I left. I come home. My mama, my mom was still living at this particular time. And so I come home, I'm like, oh, why is he? I said, who is this? You in our house, in my mama's house. I said, okay, keep standing there. I got something for you, buddy. I went to my room. He
Right.
already knew. Everybody knew. Well, nobody in the house but me. Everybody was gone. Brother, everybody. I was not playing. I was going to bust him for having him in the house.
What did you ever figure out what was the reason he was over there? Like what he was going to tell
My
you he
brother
was
had him
starved?
over there. My brother had him over. See, I got a brother that envies me. And so if I don't like a person, then he likes them. You know, he want to be their friend. Or he'll call them. I have a brother like that to this
Damn,
day. To this day. I have to watch my own brother.
damn. Family be like this sometimes. Or that's crazy though. Family be it be family sometimes that it seems like they don't never want to root for you or see you winning. It's always
But and that,
competition.
yeah, and I don't know why when I always helped him. I always help my brothers. I didn't leave them out. Period.
That's
But
crazy.
that's how it is. And since we don't have any parents, it's worse now. So, but it's all good.
How you think it's gonna be once this new life, like this new life that you in, and your trajectory just keep going up, like far as you in the media now, like you think, hey, it ain't gonna be no way he gonna be able to envy you then, right?
Now, yeah, he does. He still do. He don't care about that. He don't care about what he want is to be. He wants my life. You know. Do you feel me? He wants to be the one that he wants to be the kingpin. In fact,
Right.
he told someone that he was the kingpin and I was not the queen pin. But nobody knows anything about that.
Right. Right.
And had it not been for me, he would have got beat to death in the project. But on the strength of me and you, my brother, is the reason why you didn't get beat.
Man, young Dolph got a famous quote: "If they mad, make them mad." So
Oh yeah, I love that.
we just
I
gonna
do it.
do
I
it
just
like this.
smile. I just smile at him and keep going. I don't have time. You know, and I pray for my brother and I keep going. I don't love him any less. I just don't care for him. You know, I don't be around him because I already know we can't even hold a conversation on the phone right now without him starting an argument. I don't have time for that. I don't have time to be arguing about petty stuff or something that don't even that matter to me anyways. So, but that's how he is. And he does that to our other two brothers, and we just keep it moving. I
So
got two brothers
besides,
that's here that's locked up. The two younger brothers is locked up, and all he want to do is talk about them. He don't want to try to help them or try to find a way to help them. You know, he won't even put money on their books so they can call home.
It's sad. Yeah. I understand. I pray for y'all, you know what I'm saying, situation and prepare, but you know, at the same time, if it ain't giving you no substance, then you know, you just gotta fall back from it at the same time. Family or no family,
That's
shit.
right. That's right. I do. I fell all the way back because I can't deal with him. So he'll be all right.
Back. They'll be all right, man. For me, Perion, you get you some good sleep. I ain't gonna keep holding you though. I appreciate the interview though, for real. You make sure you get you some sleep. If you can, you can subscribe to my YouTube channel too. I appreciate it. You can subscribe to it though. You know what I'm saying? Subscribe to my channel, and like I said, I'm gonna be on the lookout for whatever you got going on. I'm definitely a fan of your story, of your movement, and I just like seeing a strong black woman too. You know what I'm saying? Like, so I appreciate you for real. Appreciate you for coming through. And I know my subscribers, my members appreciate you coming through. They still in the comments going crazy. So
that's
he
good.
said, read my comment exactly. He said, this man here is. Man, get in her inbox. Get in her inbox. Said you need a real man.
Yeah, I seen that. Eventually, perhaps.
Eventually, she focused on she got some business ventures right now. You know what I'm saying? So
get to the business first. Business first, pleasure later.
Exactly. First,
In that order.
ass last. Makes sense.
In that order.
I appreciate you, Miss Perrion, though.
Thank you for having me.
Thank you. All right, thank you as well.
I'm with my brother. Oh, yeah, man. I'm with my brother Sway.
You see what it is?
We go back.
My brother Rampage, baby. We go way back.
Sway in the morning. Fix your face. The best morning show in the world.
Come on.
You know what it is.
Flip mode.
Yeah. I'm with my brother.
This your boy James from the Yin Yang Twins, and you checking out television. Keep yourself tuned in. This your boy.
Welcome back to Television News. I'm your host, Roro Jenkins. And in the news today, in sports, retired All-American Pro Bowl Titan Redskins NFL superstars Albert Haynesworth is set to be in a new movie coming up, Vampire in Brooklyn 2 meets Nashville. Let's take a quick clip of him and what he thought about that.
Hi, Angel. This is Albert Haynesworth, and I would love to be in your film.
Turn up on their ass.
It's juice. I thought I was done. Thought the shit was over. Hold on. Fill them up, get on the road. Young nigga been getting them bowls. I could say I never stole, but might have took his bitch before. I'm facing trial, praying I make it. Knowing it can go however, gotta stay down and be patient. Niggas tripping, I'm just 20. I got junkies from my projects. Hit my dog up, it's a bet. You know we serving number profit. He like, Juice Man, where you at? I need some more. I'm out of rocks. Beat a nigga ass to sleep. A nigga should've signed in boxing. I ain't feeling these rap niggas. What a nigga told me. I pressed the issue, got some straightening. Now here come the police. I been down bad and on my dick before these niggas know me. Ain't got a deal, won't sell my soul and I ain't fucking no leech. I love the trap, the shit been real, feel like I'm married to the street. I went through pain in them late nights when I was starving on the east. See, my whole hood know I'm a player. I get money in my feet, be drip, I'm fresh, so fuck a hater. Only thing a nigga chasing is a check, so you a rape. See, I'm the type of guy, keep it real, get some head, won't see you later. Now she mad on the internet in her feelings, like I played her. Reached in the purse, I said chill, this hoe done really grabbed the taser. I ain't even her man, if my bitch find out, she gon' waste her. Pull up acting, yeah, she gangster. You want smoke and then we anxious. Make one call and then I'm pulling up. I know some people hate this life I live, can't do no faking. Traumatized and I got demons in my head, feel like I'm sinking. Come place an order and now fill them up, get on the road. Young nigga been getting them bows. I can say I never stole, but might have took his bitch before. I'm facing trial, praying I make it. Knowing it can go however, gotta stay down and be patient. Niggas tripping, I'm just 20, I got junkies from my projects. Hit my dog up, it's a bet, you know we serving number profit. He like, Juice Man, where you at? I need some more, I'm out of rocks. Beat a nigga ass to sleep, a nigga should've signed in boxing.